and we're very rich in natural resources. Now, these are beautiful facts about Nigeria. Nigeria is awesome. Nigeria is amazing, and we have so much, but so much can be good, and also so much can be, I don't want to say the word. And the Nigerian people were very lovely, were very innovative, were very relentless. We were driven, and we don't exactly give up easily, and we're very energetic. The longest dance marathon is in the Guinness Book of World Records is held by Nigeria. And with the music scene, we dominate the Afro music scene. I don't know if you don't know Burna Boy that won the Grammy Awards. I don't know who you're listening to, but Afro music is awesome, and Nigeria is the king of Afro music. Now, the theme of this program is "Can Democracy Save the Environment?" I want to start with the state of democratic governance in Nigeria. The simple definition of democracy I know is that democracy is a system of government for the people, of the people, and by the people. Now, I'll just give a very simple example to illustrate the state of democracy in Nigeria. For example, last year, 2020, we held a big protest, which was the EndSARS protest. And this is an example. We went nationwide. And our simple demands for the protest was, let me take this up. Our simple demands for the protest were simple: immediate release of all arrested protesters because they were being arrested like chickens, and justice for all deceased victims of police brutality and appropriate compensation, because police just breaks into your house, arrest anybody they like, and you may or you may not find them. And if you're traveling on the road and police stops you and you don't do what they want, they can literally do anything to you, including killing you, and they could kill you. They could kill you, and it's really scary, and especially for young people, because young people being progressive and being tech savvy is seen as, I don't know, as being fraudulent and just different things. And so we just want justice for all deceased victims of police brutality, and setting up an independent body to oversee the investigation and prosecution, psychological evaluation of the people who are in police. How do you just see a woman, and because she didn't give you 500 naira, you shoot her daughter in the leg? Why? Why? And okay, why in the police? And then increase the police salary so that you don't shoot somebody because of 500 naira. By the way, 500 naira is 1 euro. 1 euro is 500 naira. So maybe the salary is not enough. And our legislators are like the highest paid. I'm not sure if it's Africa or the world, but they're like the highest paid. And then a police who is supposed to protect the citizen is shooting the citizen because of 1 euro. So these were our demands, right? And we did a lot of protests. It went nationwide. There was a lot of activity on Twitter. I don't know if any of you knew of it. It was hashtag EndSARS. And this were saying, in a real democracy, are these too much to ask? I'm just asking, is it too much to ask? No, it isn't. And how it, should I say, died down was when people stayed at the Lekki toll gate on 20th of October last year. And in the night, the police sent, the government sent the military, and they were all killed. You can see it. I don't want to share videos because they're really graphic, and you might not be able to handle it. And this is 1 year after we held a memorial last month, and you can see EndSARS 1 year after, nothing happened. And Nigeria pays terrorists like Boko Haram ransom, and yet Nigeria is owing their own workers. Government workers have been owed for ages, for years, for months, but you keep paying terrorists and kidnappers and bandits amounts of money for ransom. And we complain on Twitter, and then the governor, the president of Nigeria, bans Twitter. So Twitter is banned in Nigeria currently. And this is not the first time the Nigerian army is killing citizens. from the southern part of Nigeria, Niger Delta, and that's where a lot of our oil comes from, and Nigeria is like the biggest oil producer. The Nigerian army, if you see the last headline there, they got into a community once and they just killed everybody there because, you know, the community was complaining against what the government was doing. So this is the state of our democracy, if you would call this democracy. But if you Google, you would read that the state of government in Nigeria is a democracy. So this is our democracy in Nigeria. Looks awesome, in my own opinion. Now, climate activism. Can democracy save the environment? These are floods that currently happen in Nigeria. The one on the left is in Benin City, the one on the right is Lagos. That the rich people, the cool people stay in Lagos. This is how Lagos looks like when it rains. In case you didn't see it before, let me play it again. That's how Lagos looks like when it rains. You can see the cars are swallowed, houses are swallowed, people can't move. I think people are looking at how to buy boats now for when it rains so that you can float out of your house, paddle to your office. So the fact is, for activism in Nigeria, we've been desensitized into inaction because we feel powerless. We barely have our human rights, our lives in our own hands. You wake up every day and you're praying that, you know, it's funny that on the road, armed robbers, people who steal from you, are the least threat to a traveler, because you can literally have herdsmen who will take you, behead you, and sell your body parts. You can have police take you God knows where. You can have anybody. So if you have an armed robber that just steals from you and leaves you alone, that's the least that could happen to you. And I remember this Fridays for Future thing. I was thinking of organizing one Friday in the morning, and then a rain of bullets on my roof woke me up. Later I heard on my zinc. I just rolled down the bed and rolled down and hid under the bed. And I was like, what was I saying again? Fridays for Future. Okay, I think I'll just do it online and support people. I'm more valuable alive than with a bullet in my body. And so how do we make moves for climate when in reality we contribute less than 4% of greenhouse emissions? Like, we're barely doing anything. And yet we're suffering. We have floods. Harmattan usually comes by the end of the year, but we had Harmattan in August this year. And my family house in my hometown was flooded. What do you want me to do? What can I do? I can't even fight for my life. You're talking about climate that I barely contributed anything to, historically and currently. What exactly can I do? And about half of the Nigerian population lives in multidimensional poverty. Multidimensional means it's not just poverty by the amount of money you have, it's also poverty here, it's poverty everywhere. And you're telling us, oh, like the World Meteorological Report this year said that about 120 million Africans face more of these challenges in a few years. Like, okay, we are already facing that. Okay, is that news exactly? Okay. And the global north is responsible for, you know, over 90% of excess global emissions. So we and you who should be telling each other what to do. And Africa's remaining Western could vanish by 2040. It's like, you just see that the disaster you're talking about, you're already in it. So what's the need of doing anything? And that's how it feels like. As I'm here right now, a lot of people are like, Chiz-Wil, why do you bother? You already knew, like, why do you bother? Why are you bothering? And, you know, it can be really disheartening. So, anyways, the fact is that the reason why I'm here is that we can't give up. And back to the climate thing, I was saying the other time, growing up as a kid, when I travel home, I see where the flaring gas and all the vegetation around have been fried by the gas I spent. Oh, tell the government to stop it. Just look at the headlines in this video now. Just let me post it. Sorry, I made it in video. Okay, this is how gas flaring looks. So the gas is flared and all the oil that is being used, it destroys our vegetation, it just destroys the water, and people who get their livelihood from fishing can no longer, you know, it can't live. And see, they cut all that shell to stop gas flaring by 2007. And then they said they will eliminate gas flaring by 2025. And then 2025 became 2030. And the gas they are flaring is cooking gas that can generate up to 1 million in revenue. And I remember seeing how the vegetation was dying, and I'm in my house and I'm roasting in my house because of the gas they are flaring. I would have made a video from my room so you see it live. I had to borrow this one off the internet, but I didn't know I was going to speak on time. And so the climate is already, the environment is already destroyed by all of these activities, and they keep postponing activities. I heard that at COP26, Nigeria was still talking about making more money off crude oil. Well, from the results of the End SARS protest, I wasn't surprised. Like, if they had said they would do something, I would be shocked. So, looking at it, they just keep postponing, and they keep postponing. So, people would say, why don't you do something? Why don't you, come up with ideas, come up with stuff? But whatever ideas we come up, whatever innovations we come up, we're still subject to law. The CBN banned cryptocurrency that people trade with the other day, and then they banned the sale of foreign exchange. Okay, we should just stay and starve and die. Let's just know that, okay, fine, everything, the world is over. But the thing is, I still think that me being here and being included in these discussions and having to talk to people gives the perspective of what we go through there. So when we're brainstorming ideas in our labs, in the forum talks and stuff like that, we're not just saying, oh, like the former Prime Minister of Greece said yesterday, what democracy needs is more democracy. We're not just talking stuff like that, you understand? We're knowing that people are already going through what we're saying is going to happen. It's already happening. And it's not just about saying, oh, bring your ideas and then find a way for them to put it. My point is, I'm glad that I'm here because this perspective can be included in the ideas that are brainstormed here. And so I shouldn't give up hope. And me being here gives me a sense of control. And my people watching back at home, there are a lot of my friends who have tuned in, I've shared the link everywhere. I know that when they see me, they see that, okay, people will listen to us. When people come up with ideas, they're not going to say stuff that we cannot relate to. They are going to say stuff because me, I am not affiliated to a political institution, so you can't say she's a politician's daughter. I'm not affiliated to some certain kind of group that you would say, oh, they have an ulterior motive. I'm just a young person who sees this every day, and I know the young people who see me will be like, yes, there's somebody who is speaking for us. There's somebody who knows exactly how we feel. Somebody who is going to tell them that this thing, these people cannot relate. You have to put it like this, put it like this. And so I think climate activism is not and cannot be solo. It is interwoven with justice, human rights, equality, equity, like I explained. If I cannot get the right to be protected by my own police, who my parents who have worked for the government all their lives, their tax pays them. My mother has still not been paid her pension since she retired. If I cannot get the right to be protected by those same people, if those same people are going to be the ones to kill me when I protest for my rights, what do you want me to say about climate? What climate? All the trees around me are fried. We have floods all the time. What do you want me to say? So my question is, how legitimate is the current state of democracy? Because if the democracy in my country is as it is, as beautiful and as talented and as glorious as Nigeria is, if democracy is like that in Nigeria, what can be saved through that democracy? And so I'm saying, shouldn't we rather be democratizing democracy to save the world, and I mean the world ourselves and the environment? So that, because if democracy should work as we want it to work, we wouldn't be having too much of this talking, we'd be making more progress. Are we too narrow-minded about democracy? Should we expand our minds more and think of other tools and other styles that can be borrowed from other forms of government to make democracy evolve into something that it could be? And so there is space for all this activism, there's space for all of this, and we stress ourselves less. So can democracy save the environment as democracy is? Honestly, not just me as a Nigerian. It's a view that's shared by young people all over the world. We don't really see democracy as, democracy is just, meh. I think if we talk about democratizing democracy and getting into a point where everybody is really included, then, yeah, then democracy is more legitimate, and then we can talk about how we save ourselves and the environment. So yes, my experience might be very different from one side, but at the end of the day, we still share common questions and common difficulties. And yes, I want to say I'm glad to be here, and we shouldn't give up. We should rather be re-strategizing, thinking of smarter ways to make faster progress than spending all of our youthful energy and exuberance on activism that, been there, done that, and stuff like that. So yeah, sorry for taking up all your time, but thank you.